very good day everyone. We welcome you to the massive open online course on cartographic techniques practical. Today we will be discussing about a very unique topic, which is modern cartography using extended reality. This is a work that the roots are starting from University of Madras, Department of Geography. The roots of this work started from there. So, we will be discussing about a new technology which is extended reality and how cartography can be enhanced with the help of this technology. That is what we will be discussing today. So, the content of today's discussion is going to be a basic introduction to this XR technology. What is this XR technology and what it can do? And then I will introduce you to three important terms, which is AR, VR and MR, and I will tell you what is the difference between these three things. And then what are the real world applications of XR technology, and then we will see how XR can be used in cartography, and then we have a live demonstration. We have some cartographic work that we have built in extended reality and we would like to show a demonstration of that work to you. So, we will first start with what is extended reality. It is an umbrella term, like I have mentioned here, that encompasses all the immersive technology that blends physical and digital worlds. So, the words might be a bit complicated. So, you can take the word immersive. So, you can assume it to be where you are in a completely different world, you are immersed inside a new world. Let us say you are here, you are in your location, and if I can tell that you can get immersed yourself in Antarctica. So, it is something like that. So, when you there are a lot of immersive technologies, there are a lot of extended reality technologies, and the term extended reality is kind of an umbrella term to all these immersive technologies. And the one thing it does is basically it blends your physical and your digital world together, your original world, the physical or the real world around you, and certain digital components or digital features or objects, when they get blended together, and the technology that you use to visualize that is called as your extended reality technology. So, a very classic example is if you are able to visit malls, you will see a lot of centers where they have VR headsets and they used to make you to walk on a plank, or they used to take you to roller coaster rides. Just by putting the headset, you get immersed into that roller coaster ride, or you get immersed into that environment, and then what happens is you have a feel of it and you experience that. So, that is basically your extended reality technology. What it basically does is it helps the users to interact with computer generated content in real time. So, whatever we saw previously, the graphs, the maps, the topo sheets, all these things, it gets generated by the computer and you interact with it by looking onto the computer. Now, what extended reality can give you is basically it tries to integrate this content with the real world, and it also immerses you into the world that it is creating. So, basically computer generated information, when you can actually interact with it or when you can actually feel or experience it, then that is the major goal of this technology. And one thing that it does is it actually revolutionizes how we experience and understand the spatial data. So, for us to understand a thing by looking into paper, for us to understand a thing by looking into the computer, and for us to understand a thing by being there, by experiencing it, there is a complete different understanding. So, what XR technology actually does is it gives you a good understanding of your spatial data or your location or your locality. It might be even your study region. So, the major characteristics are the key takeaways or the key important elements of this technology is basically the immersive experience one. So, you getting immersed into a new world, you getting immersed into a new place, that is one key characteristic of this technology. It gives you that experience, it gives you the better understanding of a particular locality. And then you have real time interactions. So, let us say there is a flood. So, where is the water level? So, when you see it on a 2D map, there is a complete difference than standing in that place and seeing the water level rise in front of you. So, it gives you real time interaction and it improves your decision making also along with it. And then you have enhanced perception. So, if I ask details about a particular building, what you see from the 2D screen or from the bird's eye view, you give some information. But if you use the XR technology, if you are able to walk near the building, if you are able to fly around the building, then your perception and your understanding of it becomes much better. So, these are few key characteristics of this technology. This XR technology, like I said, it is an umbrella term, right? It is like an umbrella term which comprises 3 different modules inside it, or 3 different technologies inside it, which are basically your AR, your VR and your MR. So, AR, it is nothing but something which is called as augmented reality, and your VR is called as virtual reality, and your MR is called as mixed reality. Now, we will start with augmented reality. What is this augmented reality? So, it says that it overlays the digital information onto the real world. So, you have your real world, and if I say that you can make a digital cat or a digital dinosaur to walk in front of you. So, you are standing here, you just take your mobile phone, switch on the camera, and then you see few animals from the forest right in front of you when you see through the camera. So, that technology where you use a device and you see through that device, which is your mobile phone or your iPads, when you see through it and you see virtual objects, okay, or digital objects, that you can call it as augmented reality. So, you see, you view through device cameras, okay, and it actually enhances your physical environment and your real world actually remains visible, right. So, when you see through the phone, you have your real world also, but then you can place cute virtual objects inside that real world when you see through the mobile phone. So, that in simple is called as augmented reality, and a very classic example that we always give is your Snapchat and your Pokemon Go. So, most of the students or most of the participants, you would have used Snapchat, and you know these different what to say, you know, filters are there, right, in Snapchat. So, all those things. So, when you place the phone in front of your face, you get these dog face or cat faced emojis or filter, right. So, those things is basically augmented reality. You are placing a digital object on the real space. So, that is your augmented reality. Okay. Now, next we will move to what is virtual reality. A fully immersive digital environment. A fully immersive digital environment, which means a complete sensory replacement. So, this might be a technical term, it means nothing but I will take you and put you into a completely different environment. 360-degree you will have digital technology around you, and then the real physical world is blocked out. So, in AR you can also see the real world and the digital objects, but when we come to VR, you cannot see the real world. What you will be seeing is only a complete digital world that is created, and you know how it is done? It is done with the help of something called as HMDs, which are called as head mounted displays, HMDs. Okay. So, we have specialized headsets that when you wear it, you get completely immersed into the digital world or a virtual world. So, like I said, you might be in a location in India, but with the help of this technology, I can take you to a place in Antarctica, I can take you to a place in US, and if there are certain geographic features you want to examine, if there are certain geographic parameters you want to examine, you want to have a real time field understanding about it, but then you have a lot of travel to go and reach that place. This technology will be a wonderful opportunity to wear it and experience. So, as a student you can have a look into different geographic features, learn about it, and get to have more understanding about that geographic feature. And I will show you a HMD now. So, this is one HMD which is called as your MetaQuest, or we have something called Oculus 3. So, this headset is Oculus 3. We also have controllers like this. So, you will actually wear this headset, you will use these controllers and do certain operations. So, we have a live demo. So, in the live demo you will see how this is being operated. So, the next thing that we are going to see is something called as mixed reality. Now, what is this mixed reality? It is nothing but it is your AR and VR combined. So, when I was talking about augmented reality, I said you will use a mobile phone, or you will use an iPad, you will see through the mobile phone, or you will see through the iPad, right. And when I was talking about virtual reality, I was telling that I will give you a headset and you get immersed into a completely digital space, right. Now, in mixed reality, it is nothing but it is a combination of AR and VR, which means I will give you a headset, you will wear the headset, you can get either immersed into a completely different world, or you can wear the headset and you can see digital objects around it. It is much more friendly, like in terms of mobile phone, you have to carry the mobile phone everywhere, but then it is just wearing a headset and starting to see digital objects placed on the real world. So, that is why we say that it blends the physical and the digital world seamlessly within the headset itself. And like I said, it is a combination of AR and VR. So, very famous headsets are Microsoft HoloLens, you have Magic Leap glasses, and the one that I showed you now, Oculus 3, Quest 3, is also a MR headset actually. So, when you use your mobile phones and visualize digital objects, it becomes AR, and when you get immersed completely into a specific space, using a headset, it becomes VR, and when you are able to combine both these things with the headset, it becomes your MR or mixed reality. So, the basic terms, the basic umbrella of XR technology covers these three terms in it. So, I just wanted to show you few example and few videos of this AR technology, VR technology, and I have also few references for MR technology. So, you can see actually a physical like a virtual sphere. So, this is a virtual sphere actually, this one. This is not actually existing on real ground, and we have put few values on top of it, few values that are actually fetched from some satellite data. So, this is just for a reference about a particular location. And again this is a different tour. Yeah, this is a tour of a particular locality. So, we captured the 3D of this particular place, we rendered it, we created 3D models, and you just put the headset and you try to move through this particular model here. So, you can see investigate the features, you can see what particular feature we have, you can see what are the buildings that are there, and there are a lot of options to explore in that particular area. So, you will walk through this particular area with the headset. I have another example for mixed reality also, which I will show in the later slides. I have shown you an example of augmented reality where actually we were capturing the mobile phone and we walked through and we saw a few objects placed on the real world, and then we saw one video of a completely immersive 3D model where people were moving around that particular 3D model. Now, we will talk about few applications also of this technology. So, you have lot of applications in healthcare and medicine. So, if you are a doctor or if you are a practicing doctor, if there are certain operations that you want to have experience on, you can wear headsets. So, the example that I am about to show you with mixed reality is an example where a doctor is actually trying to use the headset to do an operation with mixed reality technology. So, I will show you that example. So, you have lot of applications in healthcare where you can also do anatomy visualization. So, if you are a student, if you want to learn more in depth about the process that is happening in the body, then you can go with this technology, have a headset, wear it, look into the different components and have a more interactive experience about the human body. There is also lots of work that is being done on improving the mental health with the help of these headsets trying to improve your mood, trying to improve your mental health. Then you have the education and training sector. So again, for for trying to understand geography much better, or trying to understand certain components of a subject much better, this can be very helpful. So you see here you have interactive learning environments, you have historical reconstructions. So your history, it can be taught in a much in a much better way. You can reconstruct certain scenarios, you can have a much better understanding of how things worked in the past also using this. Then you have good examples for architecture and engineering. When you build some object, or when you try to build, so you build a building, you want to visualize how the building will look after its execution. So these are few examples in terms of architecture and engineering. And then retail and commerce is a very interesting thing. So if you go into a shop and there are different dresses that you want to try out quickly, but you have a very crowded change room, then you can just tap on take your phone, tap on the type of dress you want. You can stand in front of a mirror, or you can even look into your phone like how a particular dress suits me, and you can try multiple types of dresses also. So I have a small example for that also. And I have one example for an industrial use case, a glass manufacturing factory. So again, I'll just play this video. You can see that the complete glass manufacturing factory, it is being completely immersively built. So you can wear the headset, stand inside the factory, and you can see how the glass is being manufactured. And this is again a small example where a complete castle from Belgium, it is being recreated, a complete environment is recreated. So like I said, for history, you can actually connect this with history. You can recreate castles, and you can understand how it worked in the past. So this is a small tour of a castle that is found in Belgium, and you can bring in your own immersive stories also within this tour. And the examples for mixed reality also I will quickly show you. So you can see that the doctor is actually wearing a headset, and he is actually performing the operation, or he is trying to understand where a particular tumor is with the help of the mixed reality headset. So there is a live patient over there, but then whatever scan or whatever report he has, he is just putting it through the face of that particular patient, and then he is just trying to visualize it in real time. So you have a blend of virtual information or digital information with the real world. And again, I have one more example for your augmented reality. So you can also see this video where she is tapping on a particular type of dress, and then you can see that it changes accordingly. So whatever dress she wants, she can choose, and it changes in this. So this is AR technology, and the one that I showed earlier was your MR technology. So for shopping, I was telling, for retail or commerce, this is a nice technology that is being used. Now we have discussed about extended reality. We have also discussed about the different umbrella, like the different terms or different modules in it, which are AR, VR, MR. I have shown you few different applications and everything, but now let us come to our core, which is XR transforming cartography. How does XR technology transform your cartography? So like I initially said, we move from flat maps to immersive experiences. Okay. So what you have learned in your previous 39 modules would have been flat maps, and you would have seen lot of information from a 2D perspective, from a bird's eye view. Now what this technology helps us to do is, it shifts us from the flat maps to immersive experiences, and what it does is, it gives a completely new perspective to geographers, cartographers or researchers. They get a completely new perspective of interacting with the elements or features in the world. So like I said, your traditional maps, it constrains us to the 2D representation, but then the XR cartography can bring you to 3D spatial understanding and interaction. So when you look at a object, or when you look at a feature, trying to understand it from the 3D perspective teaches you more about that particular feature. So what are the applications in cartography and geography for this technology? What and all can we do? So, first thing is a terrain visualization. If I want to understand how a particular terrain looks like, and how the water or how a particular drainage system can move along this terrain, and if I want to have a feel about it, or if I want to know, if I want to make some decision based on this terrain, what if I am going to bring a particular feature, what if I am going to construct a particular dam, how does the terrain look for it. So, that thing, rather than seeing on the 2D screen or rather than seeing 3D models, you can immersively have an experience for that particular thing. So, the next thing is your urban planning. So, I am going to plan a particular town, or I am going to plan a particular region or an area. How will it look like, and how can I make it better? So, without doing any implementation, you can have a complete look using the headset, and then whatever changes, whatever improvisation, everything you can do with the headset, and then you can go for your actual implementation on the field. Then, like I said, historical geography. So, you have stories from the past, you have very important stories that you want to have a digital proof, or you want to have a digital experience of it. So, your historical geography can be very nicely studied. How does a particular features like are like concepts like sedimentation or erosion, how these things happen, and how can you understand it, or how you can have a time series based understanding of that particular topic. So, historical geography and features of history are these features about the past, you can have a good experience with the headset. And then very important thing is your disaster preparedness. So, what if there is a landslide, or what if there is a flood, what should I do, how should I behave in that scenario. So, again disaster preparedness is a very good application of your XR headsets or your XR technology. So, these are very few applications that we are telling. We have worked very specifically on developing cartographic tools in XR technology, which we like I said, you will have a demo. You have vast scope here, there are a lot of things that you can add on also. So, you can just explore the technology when you have time, and you can try to see how you can apply it for geography, how can I improve geography with the help of this technology. And like I said, the major benefits of this technology are basically going to be your enhanced spatial understanding, like I said, like a more better understanding, and then a much better way to explore the data. So, you have certain data like falls, or for example, very nice example is volcanic sites, and you cannot go near the site, but then you would like to study more about that feature. So, again that is a very nice example, a very good it is a example that we took from few researchers who have done work in a volcanic eruption zone in Greece. So, that is a good example. And then you have collaborative analysis. So, this is much better, like what if you have different scientists from different parts of India, you have different professionals from different parts of India, but you want to connect them in a single location or in a single place. So, you can just wear the headset, you can move around that particular feature, everyone can move around that particular feature, they can make decisions, they can discuss on what can be done. So, if there is a region that looks a bit landslide prone, so you can have everyone can wear headsets, everyone can move around that region, they can see how we can plan, how we can evacuate, what can be done, all these things can be visualized in that particular environment. So, collaborative analysis is a very good application of XR technology. And then you have multi-scale visualization, starting from globe to coming into very minute details. So, from different scales you can understand the environment around you. And you also have temporal dynamics, like I said, a process of trying to understand the process of erosion, trying to understand certain process that takes across different years for a longer period time, how can a process affect a particular geographic feature. So, these are few benefits of the XR technology in geographical research. The live demonstration, we have built certain tools, we have built a small application where you can the same cartography that you did on your 2D maps on your QGIS software, the same thing what we have done is we have built a small application where you can move through regions, try to digitize or try to understand about a particular region, you can do basic measurements, you can try to digitize along the 2D, along the third dimension also, and you can fetch that information for later applications. So, we have a small demonstration which will be given by one of my colleague. So, we will jump into the demonstration. So, what we feel is it is the future step in cartography, that is what we feel. So, we will jump into the demonstration part now. So, like I said, we will be now seeing a live demonstration. So, we have Mr. Bala here who is showing you the live demo. Now, you can actually see that he is wearing the headsets. He also has the controllers in his hand. So, what he is doing now is he is actually moving around a particular site whose 3D model we have created. So, you can see that he is going near different features, he is trying to exploring. So, this is one functionality which is the teleportation functionality. So, you can just teleport around that particular region. So, he is trying to move through buildings, he is trying to look into a particular building that is under construction, and then he is now going to do some kind of a digitization operation now. So, you can just see him actually creating the same way that we did with our QGIS. You can actually see him creating a layer, and then he will now just try to do some digitization on top of a particular feature now. So, he is giving the feature name for it. So, he is going to mark a ground control point. So, he will move towards that point and a single click, and that particular point is being created. And in the later stage, if you want, you can just export this point and you get the 3D information in it, not only the 2D, but also the 3D information of that particular point. So, if you click on export GeoJSON, it gets exported in the format of a GeoJSON. So, now next he will try to do some other operation with it, like he will go for an editing operation also. Sorry, he will go with an measurement operation now. So, he will just try to measure certain features. So, yes, now he is going to work with an area measurement now. So, we will just try to measure the area of a particular land or a particular open space that is here. So, yes, he has marked the 4 corners of this particular plot that is there, and now he will check what is the area of this particular plot. So, we have got what is the area, and it is in square meters actually. So, he has got the area. So, now you can move for a volume calculation also. So, we have a a known stockpile that is being put up. So, we know its actual volume also. So, this is a small technique where you can go and do your volumetric calculations also. So, here you get what is the volume of it, and then you can do basic length calculation. So, maybe an electric pole, I think Bala can show you what is the length of an electric pole. Whatever mesh we have is a bit smudgy inside. This is a very low resolution mesh actually. So, Bala will now just measure what is the length of this particular electric pole here. So, yeah, and if you just go to our UI, you can see what is the length of it, which is falling somewhere around 6 meters. Yeah. So, similarly you can build in different types of operations. You can, so if you are going to a particular locality where you need a particular tool set, so your cartographic tool set is now inside the immersive world. So, you can go mark features, you can try to identify features, mark them, digitize them, do basic measurements, and then you can bring it later to your computers also. So, you can have more you can try to visualize features with a much better clarity. So, if you have a more high resolution mesh, then you can see the features more clearly. Also, you can bring in lot of other components such as 360s or some other footages, 360 videos, and have a better understanding of this particular region. So, yeah, with that I think we will conclude our live demonstration. Thank you, Bala. You would have seen in the live demo that we moved around a particular region and you were able to see different types of digitization. You are able to see people doing different types of measurement also. The same thing, it can be done on a collaborative basis. It can be done to understand about the region. You can add more number of tools. You can add more number of operations also inside this particular application, and I hope you had a good demonstration session also. So, to wind up this session, a very what we feel is a very interesting and important session for the future of cartography. I would like to tell that XR technology in itself is going to reshape your idea about cartography and geography. So, the major takeaways are going to be this technology, the XR technology is going to bridge your physical world with a completely digital world. You have certain digital information, and then we have certain physical space around us. We can combine it and we can try to visualize information in a better way. Similarly, it enhances your spatial understanding, like I said, where which feature moves, and what if I change a feature, what if I plan a road in a particular region, what if I change the way in which this road is going to be, what happens. So, that understanding can also be taken from the use of XR in geography. And it has lot of application span in your research planning, it has lot of applications in industry, it has lot of applications in your education sector also. And the technology, as I said, it is very it is very accessible. You can have small headsets, you can use your mobile phones, and then you can have a look into this technology. So, overall, like starting from the day 1 of this particular course, we started with very basics, we started with very core technologies, then we went through the manual techniques in cartography, then slowly we jumped into digital techniques where we used software such as QGIS, and we used certain algorithms to do some kind of mapping and everything. And then what we have introduced you to is the next technology or the next level where cartography can be taken, the possibilities with XR technology in cartography and geography we have seen. So, overall the idea or overall the vision is going to be bringing the world in front of our eyes rather than us going and seeing different places. Let us build environment or a system where we can bring the world in front of the eyes of users and make them have a great experience. Happy learning, have a great time, and I hope you have enjoyed this course. Thank you everyone, thank you so much.